Well, good evening, and a particularly warm welcome to this evening. It is great to see everybody back in the chamber. I think, sort of back in the chamber. I think it was the AGM last year that was the first virtual meeting, and it's the AGM this year that's the first meeting back in the chamber. So delighted to see everybody back in the chamber, and thank you for being here this evening. So I'm Councillor Hargreaves, and I'm the Mayor, and this being the annual meeting, our agenda this evening is a little different from usual. So it asks the Council, amongst other things, to elect a Mayor for the coming year, as well as making appointments to committees and outside bodies. The next month marks the 4th anniversary of the fire at Grenfell Tower, where 72 of our residents tragically lost their lives. So I now ask every member of the Council to pay our deepest respects in the conventional manner by marking the moment with 72 seconds silence. Would everybody please stand? Members will know that Pat Crowley sadly passed away recently. Pat was a very loyal and long-standing member of the staff at the Council, and he joined the licensing team in environmental health in 1997, following a long career in the Metropolitan Police. He was highly respected and hugely knowledgeable on licensing matters, and well known within his industry. Our thoughts are with his family during this difficult time, and we know that he will leave a void with many colleagues in RBKC, especially in the Environment and Health Department. Members will be aware that local authorities are no longer able to hold meetings online, and owing to the need to maintain social distancing, a number of members have volunteered not to attend the meeting this evening. So I now ask the Chief Executive to report apologies for absence or lateness from this meeting.
We've received apologies for absence from Councillors Beryl Cox, Blakeman, Dent Code, Fawkes, Freeman, Husband, Idris, Jackson, Marshall, O'Connor, Press, Round, Thaxter, Will and Councillor Williams.
Thank you. And I received no apologies for lateness. So do any members have a disclosable pecuniary interest in any matter before the Council this evening? Thank you. And finally, could I request that members, when speaking, remain seated this evening so that they keep within the screened areas, assuming they're still intact. This will also mean that your nameplate in front of you should remain in shot for those people watching it outside the chamber. So we now move to the election of Mayor, and in order to conduct this election I'm going to vacate the chair and ask the Chief Executive to carry on with the election of Councillor, of Mayor.
The first item of business this evening is the election of Mayor. Could I have nominations, please?
I wish to move that Gerard Hargreaves be re-elected Mayor of the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea for the ensuing year, please.
And may I ask, is that seconded? Are there any other nominations?
Yes, Mr. I would like to nominate Councillor Ian Henderson.
Okay, thank you. Is that seconded?
Seconded, yeah.
I will now ask Councillors Hargreaves and Henderson to leave the chamber while the election takes place. I call on Councillor Evans to speak in support of Councillor Hargreaves for up to 5 minutes.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to support the re-election of Councillor Gerard Hargreaves. Gerard is a very special councillor. He brings his heart, his soul, and his intelligence, his military experience, his professionalism, his charitable works, all to the job. Gerard first came to the Royal Borough when he was 8 years old. He came from humble beginnings from the north of England and came on a school trip, getting off the tube in South Kensington, where he's completely in awe of what he saw, and he went to our great museums. Little did he know that he would later on be mayor of the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. What a story, and what a journey. Gerard is known for his community work. During the first year as mayor, he had the handicap, or perhaps we could look at it as a learning experience, of doing most of his job virtually, and he had to be creative. He raised a lot of money and support for the Glass Door, the charity for the homeless, and he did it in many innovative ways. He went from being the pinball king of the North to the master of video messages of Kensington and Chelsea. And he's on Twitter, he speaks on Instagram, and it's very fun to watch his creativity. During this past year, Gerard has visited local businesses, supported their reopening. He's welcomed children and parents back to school. He's been flexible and adaptable in these trying times. Gerard is very active in his church. He's active in his communities, both in the north and south of the borough. He's worked on in-person citizenships. He supports the priorities of the council. Gerard, from his first trip to the RBKC, and hopefully to his next trip as a second term as mayor of Kensington, is a treasure. We welcome his friendship, we welcome his work as a councillor, and we welcome his work, hopefully, for the next term as mayor of Kensington and Chelsea. Thank you.
I call on Councillor Wheel to speak in support of Councillor Hargreaves.
Thank you. As Gerard said at the beginning of this meeting, this is a slightly unusual meeting, so I think as well as endorsing Gerard's second tenure after a really amazing first tenure under extraordinary circumstances, I want to use my time perhaps to endorse his running mate, who has spent this year being an exemplary deputy mayor. And to describe Soph as a whirlwind is to seriously underpitch the rate at which she whirls through the life, her own life, our lives, the life of the ward and the life of the borough. Her causes and enthusiasm stretch from licensing, amazingly, through acoustic cameras and out the other side at Camels in Walton Street. She is a perfectionist who commits her all to everything she does, And really, she would be absolutely unbearable, therefore, as a colleague, were she not also very kind and intuitive. The emails that she has sent to everyone whose email address she can get in our ward over COVID are a really good example of that. She's reached out to so many people and offered such comfort and fun and support. And it is extremely appreciated amongst ward residents. She's also fun, as you've probably all noticed in her tenure as Deputy Mayor. Brompton and Handstown echoes to Soft's cheery, if, let's be honest, not entirely quiet tones. And above all, she's a fellow cyclist. I think she will make a perfect Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. I now call on Councillor Atkinson to speak in support of Councillor Henderson for up to 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk. It's my honour to nominate the excellent Councillor Ian Henderson as Mayor for the next year. And in so doing, I'm not denigrating in any way Gerald Hargreaves. Indeed, I agree that Gerard has been a good mayor in very difficult circumstances. I'm full of admiration for the initiative and inventiveness he has shown in reimagining the mayoralty in the last year. And in another year, would agree that both he and the Deputy Mayor be given a second crack at the whip. However, the point is that he's already had 1 year as Mayor, and it is only fair that someone else now has a go. To be clear, I have no quarrel with Gerard Hargreaves. He is a man of the North, always a good thing in my view, and he is even from the right side of the Pennines. Nout's wrong with Gerard, as one might say. It's just that Ian is better. Ian is from even further north, already has an extensive London-wide profile, and clearly has much better hair. Ian is popular across the borough and across this chamber. He earned the gratitude of thousands for his heroic role in the saving of the Chelsea Sutton estate and its very old and stable population. He took a seemingly hopeless situation, and by sheer doggedness and determination, he brought the community and the council together to save not just the buildings, but the community as well. In his comparatively short time on the council, Ian has also made his mark in both his northern ward and on the council itself. His initiatives and ideas on planning, environment and public transport are listened to with respect whenever he speaks. As a professional actor, it is hardly surprising that Ian speaks well, but it is the content of his speeches as well as the delivery that attracts such appreciative audiences. Above all, as an opposition councillor, Ian knows when to be conciliatory, so as to build the widest possible coalition in the interests of his residents, across the aisle, as we are now encouraged to say. But as a democratic socialist, Ian also knows when to stand up and denounce the ruling group of this council as the heartless, penny-pinching, and still unimaginative shower you often still prove to be. Ian has the very rare quality of knowing when to build consensus and when to stand firm for his principles. Nowhere was this better shown when at the start of the COVID pandemic he was willing to work with anyone to bring food parcels into his ward. He supped with the devil himself to bring supplies to the ward, and in so doing earned the gratitude of everyone of goodwill. However, Mr. Town Clerk, I also wish to make a wider, more political point in again nominating a Labour candidate to be Mayor for the next year. There has always been a hard-working Labour opposition on this council, but never in the 60-odd years of its existence has there ever been a Labour Mayor. Time after time, we are told that the mayoralty is above politics, but time after time, it is always a Tory who is appointed. This is not only unfair and undemocratic, but it is deeply insulting to those parts of the borough who put their trust in Labour councillors. As I have previously pointed out, apparently to no avail, this was a unique year in which you could have shown some generosity and respect for the hard work shown by Labour opposition for decades. There are 6 Labour councillors over the age of 65, and between us we have over 150 years of council experience. Inevitably, with the council elections next year, this was the last opportunity for many of us to serve as mayor. Despite the constant refrain that someday soon there will be a Labour mayor, once again, when push comes to shove, this Tory council yet again goes for a Tory. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Town Clerk, I'm afraid that it is sheer hypocrisy to say that mayoralty is to be respected as being above politics. No, it's not. Even the shiny new council leadership who bleat all the time that you have changed, you're still not prepared to relax the levers of control even for a single year. This year you had the opportunity to show recognition and respect for the decades of service shown by senior Labour councillors, and yet you have blown it, and clearly you don't really care or really want to be fair. Finally, on a constitutional matter, and perhaps whilst I'm already sounding a little sour, I note that this new council has been very cagey about plans to make retired senior councillors aldermen. I quite see that as the council is still besmirched by the scandal and tragedy of the Grenfell fire, you cannot risk making retired Tory councillors aldermen. Obviously, the Tory group has a problem, but the Labour group does not. None of our side are compromised by Grenfell. Former councillors Stephen Hoyer and Stuart Chapereau have already waited too long to be made aldermen. After May 2022, there are 3 or 4 Labour councillors who are retiring with more than 20 years of distinguished service. We might not be good enough to be made mayor, but it would add insult to injury if women like Judith Blakeman and Pat Healy, who have given their lives to council service, are going to be denied the distinction of being made aldermen because you cannot risk embarrassing or passing over a group of disgraced Tories. Obviously, this matter is not top of anyone's immediate agenda, but if tonight you are not prepared to make the excellent and highly suited Ian Henderson mayor, you could at least assure us that in due course, the contributions of long-serving Labour councillors will be recognised in the usual way by making them aldermen when they stand down. Thank you, Mr. Town Clerk.
Thank you. Can I ask Councillor Bakhtiar to speak in support of Councillor Henderson, and for a maximum of 5 minutes, please?
Thank you. I don't think I could add very much to what Councillor Atkinson said. He gave a wonderful speech, and I would like to second it. And I think Councillor Ian Henderson will make a wonderful mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. We now turn to the vote. Would those in favour of re-electing Councillor Hargreaves as mayor please show? Okay. Those against? Thank you. Thank you. Those in favour of Councillor Henderson, please show. Thank you. Those against? Thank you. I declare that the vote is in favour of Councillor Hargreaves. I therefore declare that Councillor Hargreaves has been duly re-elected as the Mayor of the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea for the ensuing municipal year. There will now be a pause while Councillor Evans goes to the parlour to collect both candidates. Councillor Hargreaves, may I inform you of your election to the post of Mayor of the Council and ask you to sign the declaration and make the statement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that a nice pen?
It's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please do sit down. I wish to read the statutory declaration of acceptance of the office. I, Jared Hargreaves, having been re-elected Mayor of the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, hereby declare that I will take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties thereof, according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you very much. So, members of the Council, I am honoured and excited to have been re-elected as the Mayor for the coming year. This has been the most challenging of years for all of us, but it has given the Deputy Mayor and myself the opportunity to hear about amazing acts of kindness and community spirit in the way that people have supported each other during the year. And we have all seen, I'm sure, the very best of human kindness. The very best of human kindness. As life begins to return to normal and the lockdown ends, I will ensure that the Mayoralty continues to play a major role in bringing communities together and the Council working as one, celebrating the rich diversity of the borough and acknowledging some of the wonderful things that people are doing to make Kensington and Chelsea a better place. It's been a great honour to be re-elected by my colleagues, and I am aware of the enormous challenges that are representing the borough and will ensure the legacy of Grenfell is not forgotten. I also want to be inclusive and work with everybody across the borough. We are a diverse and thriving borough, and I will do my utmost to ensure I meet as many residents as possible. And please rest assured, whatever your faith, your age, or where you live, we are one borough, and I will represent you all. It's a great pleasure to appoint Councillor Sof McVeigh as Deputy Mayor. It's been a great privilege and honour working with Sof during the last year, and I thank you for your support and look forward to a year of excitement when we can actually get out a lot more and enjoy the office. So it gives me great pleasure to put the chain of office on you and look forward, as I say, to working together in the coming year. So, Sof, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you for appointing me for a second year, but please can I be the very first to congratulate you. It has been brilliant working alongside you. You are a complete natural, bringing enthusiasm to any event, and also, luckily, knowing all the correct procedures that a mayor needs to know. And as Deputy Mayor, it's been a huge honour to represent Kensington and Chelsea in this past, as Gerald says, very challenging year. Personally, there's been a few highlights as Deputy Mayor. One was residing at a citizenship ceremony, welcoming a Greek resident to British citizenship, who had already been here for 34 years. And another was literally a highlight, as I scaled a ladder to go onto the Westway Sports Centre roof to look at the new solar panels, overcoming vertigo, but I'll do anything to celebrate our green plan. But most of all, again, as Gerard has said, it has been incredibly humbling, finding out more about some of our incredible organisations and individuals in Kensington and Chelsea, as well as staff in the council that have contributed so much to people's lives in this most terrible of times. So looking ahead to the next year, hopefully now with jabs in our arms, masks on our mouths, and hope in our hearts, we can look forward to celebrating all the wonderful things in Kensington and Chelsea. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I think Councillor Mills and Councillor Retty wanting to get closer together, aren't you? There's something happening on that back row. So it gives me also great pleasure to appoint Canon Dr. William Taylor as my Mayor's chaplain. Father William does amazing work in our borough, supporting various faith groups, including the Filipino community, the Iranian community, and more recently Christians who've arrived here from Hong Kong, settling in London. And I look forward to working with Father William over the next year, and as we go through some of those exciting faith-based situations. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I will continue to support Glassdoor as my mayoral charity, and despite the challenges of this year, we still managed to raise over £17,000 and support them on many of their projects. So we are putting together an exciting programme for this coming year, which will include the annual sleep out on the 1st of October. So I hope my fellow bedmates are ready for that, and it will be a drier evening this year than it was last year, and look forward to that. And also, I've been promised, or been told, instructed, that I will have to do a skydive during the year. So I will be looking for fellow councillors to join me on a skydive at some time during the year, for those of you who feel up to that. So thank you very much, and as I say, we look forward to an exciting year as the borough opens up and lots of things begin to happen. So we now move to the minutes of the council meeting held on the 3rd of March. Item 4, the minutes of the meeting of the council held on the 3rd of March have been circulated, and I shall take these as read unless anybody has a point to raise. Thank you. Item 5, ratios on committees. The report on ratios on committees has been circulated. I call upon Councillor Campbell to move the reception of the report and Councillor Taylor-Smith to second it.
I'd like to move the reception of the report.
Thank you.
I'm happy to second, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Campbell, do you wish to speak to the report?
No.
Thank you. So I shall take the report as read and agreed unless anybody has any objections. I declare it carried. Item 6. Programme of meetings for 2022. The report has been circulated. I call upon Councillor Campbell to move the report and Councillor Thalasitis to second it.
I'd like to move the reception of the report.
Thank you.
I'd like to second.
Thank you very much. Councillor Thalasitis, do you wish to speak to that report?
No.
Okay, thank you. I therefore declare that that report is carried and agreed. Item 7. Appointments to committees and appointments of chairs and vice chairs. The appointments sheet has been circulated. I call upon Councillors Thalasitis and Mason to move the nominations standing in their names. Councillor Thalasitis?
I'd like to move the...
Thank you. Councillor Mason?
I move the nomination standing in my name.
Thank you very much. Are the nominations agreed? Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Councillor Thalasitis, Councillor Mason, do you wish to make any other nominations? Okay, thank you very much. Item 8. The membership of the leadership team has been circulated, and I ask the council to note it. Item 9, appointment to outside bodies. The appointment sheet has been circulated. I call upon Councillor Thalasitis and Mason to move the nominations standing in their name. Councillor Thalasitis?
I'd like to move it.
Thank you. Councillor Mason?
Done.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are the nominations agreed? Councillor Thalasitis or Councillor Mason, do you wish to speak to the nominations? Thank you. So this concludes the business of this evening's meeting of the Council. The next meeting is scheduled to be on the 23rd of June. Once again, great to see you all back in the chamber. Thank you very much and good evening. Thank you.